Bottega was a name that was originated by, it means in Italian, a workshop. It's where Leonardo da Vinci was an apprentice under another artist, and that's where he did all of his research and experimentation to be able to learn his techniques and strategies to paint. So I thought it was very appropriate to name our school Bottega because it's where children learn by doing. Bottega opened in 2013 after a 12-year journey. There was a family need that arose 12 years ago. A family member of mine moved from Venezuela, and we started researching and looking for early childhood centers. And we found that there really was a need for schools that offered very high quality early childhood education. Through the course of my studies, I was inspired and I was introduced to the Reggio philosophy, but I was also invited to attend an exhibit in 2005, and that exhibit is called The 100 Languages of Children. It came from Reggio Emilia, Italy, and when I studied the work that the children did in that exhibit, I realized that there was much more to really learn about and how to elevate the practice that we as teachers implement in our classroom so that the children can really rise as competent, capable children. Claudia is my curriculum director, and I have very similar backgrounds in education, and we work very closely in developing systems within our program that help our teachers elevate their practice. So we meet with them daily. Teachers design their, we call them planned possibilities, on a daily basis based on what they observe through children's play, through their interests, through their interactions with each other and with adults. So with that observation, they can then design what's going to happen on the following day in their classroom that meets the needs of every single child and scaffolds their learning processes.
From the very beginning of the school, we understood that the work we had to do was on creating a community of professionals that really could develop an eye and observe the children, become experts in observing children and understanding children. But only doing that, not only intellectually, because of their knowledge from university, but actually really connect at a human level. And that connection truly is the pedagogy of listening. So with the pedagogy of listening, there is great emphasis put in watch, observe the child, wait and see what is it that the child is really connecting. Perhaps an invitation, maybe the child offers you an object or looks at you, and that's the invitation for you to engage or scaffold and then wander with. So wait, watch, and wonder with the child.
We participate in a community of practice within the entire school. We read articles, we have conversations about what we're doing, and we do a lot of video analysis also. So our teachers take pictures and they record these videos, and then on a daily basis we sit there and we look at what's happening to see what worked and what didn't, and we make our adjustments and strategies, develop new strategies to implement on the following day.
Qué divertido, ¿cierto? Qué divertido. Estoy escondida, nadie me ve. Si no te veo, no te veo. No me ve.
Claro, y con cada uno es una manera distinta de expresarse que nos hace llegar lo que nos intentan decir. Sin decir ninguna palabra, ya uno los va conociendo con su cuerpo, con sus acciones.
En este caso, ¿cómo mi diálogo de peekaboo, de sorpresa, de todo eso, cómo lo transfiero más allá? Entonces una invitación podría ser, si me ocurre a mí, no sé, enseñarles ese video de nuevo a los niños. A ver,
what we do is we invite them to revisit what they're doing through looking at pictures, through looking at videos. We invite the children to design that curriculum with us. We ask them open-ended questions, we ask them what they're interested in, and children do share these ideas, whether they're verbal or nonverbal. They do communicate through 100 languages, which is through materials, interactions, conversations, all sorts of ways for us to understand what is it that they're understanding, what their theories are, and we have them enjoy testing those theories, and through that testing process is how they actually understand new ideas, new concepts that are connected to all our fields of knowledge, which is really preparing them to kindergarten. So our school is basically a laboratory, and that's how we see our school.
Last year, our overarching goal, it was about connections, because we understood that we can have wonderful research, but if we truly are not connecting with the investigators, which is the child, then we're missing the point. So it was about connections. Do I connect with a child? Am I bringing my agenda forth? So often we would catch ourselves, oh, I have this idea and I want to bring it forth, and we would have to stop, analyze, bring it to the community, the whole faculty, through videos, and then we reapproach. This year, the overarching goal is mindfulness in every moment at Bottega. So if we want to be mindful in the everyday encounters at Bottega, how do we do so? So we asked ourselves a few things. If we think of a child as capable and competent, able to learn, to question, to wonder, to choose with all of his and her being, and able to express with 100 languages, then we need to ask ourselves, what kind of school do we need to prepare for this child? What systems do we organize in order to support the values that hold this capable and competent child?
The school is looked at as a third teacher. The philosophy invites us to look at our surrounding walls, to look at our materials, the way we present and present these materials to our children, as a way of stimulating interaction, curiosity, innovation, all sorts of provocations, so that our children are engaged learners, so our children learn how to self-regulate, so our children become owners of their classroom environment, and they're the protagonist in their role of learning. That is not teacher-directed only. Teachers, yes, they have a plan, they have an intentionality, but the children actually co-design and what they're learning, and that's why the environment is so important. I mean, if I put everything up and it's just my agenda, I disconnect myself with who the child is.
It's very important for the school not to work only as 3 independent classrooms. Certainly, there is uniqueness in each classroom, developmental. However, we want it to be a community. Each classroom has, at the very beginning of the school, determines what is the general interest of that group. So for the youngest in our school is their understanding of the I away from mommy and dad. So number 1, they have to create safety bonds that bring them close to their teachers. So we spend a good amount of the beginning of the year just establishing those connections. So from the arms and the laps of the teacher, they slowly start exploring, feeling comfortable, and makes their space home away from home. Our second class, the investigators, are now just developing vocabulary. So they start understanding themselves as communicators. So who am I as a communicator in this social environment? So the classroom is doing a beautiful research on all about me. In the older class, they have conquered themselves as communicators. Now they cooperate in their play. So you see that they come up with ideas, they propose it to their peers, they propose it to their teachers. With the researchers, it began with 2 amazing books that have anchored their objectives. One was The Invisible String. The Invisible String was read at the beginning of the school year, and the children started understanding how they're connected through invisible strings to the people they love outside of the school. The children started to represent these invisible strings in tangible ways, and they have moved beyond. They started reading a book called Journey. This class is taking a journey through a book in a forest of imagination and creativity. And with that, they have gone to different parts of the world, and they started investigating different cultures, as well as an interest that has come out, which is the universe. So in the research, the overarching goal is not only journeys from within that understand our emotions, our heart, and journeys throughout, not only to other countries and other cultures, but out to the cosmos, to the universe. So it's a beautiful, beautiful ending to our preschool experience, where the children truly understand that the world is not only about them, but it becomes richer when you look out. We feel very accomplished that we have these young people that are becoming autonomous, independent thinkers, and fabulous communicators. So we have great hope of peace and hope for the world. Bottega has been open for 2 years and the beginning of this school year. And during this time, our quest has been, who are we? What is our identity? Well, we're a school that in a busy city slows down for the child. So we slow down to honor their thinking so that we can see their processes of thinking. Who are we in Miami that is so multicultural? Well, we accept and open our doors to everyone and try to embrace all the differences, all the similarities, and celebrate them. Who are we in Miami on Bird Road? And that is just a fabulous place to exist.